Hey everyone, Sir Jellybean here. We are back with Court Arms Gates for Hell-Ostfront, another tutorial. And this time we're talking the Tiger and the Panther. So, the reason I'm going for this, obviously, a lot of people will argue which tank is best, and I think there's a misunderstanding about what each tank actually excels at. Obviously, you can hear them constantly shouting over me, just ignore them, they're a pain in the arse. But basically, what does each tank actually excel at? So, first of all, the very different ideas of what the tank was. Yeah, they're both heavy tanks, they're both designed to destroy enemy vehicles and infantry. But the Tiger was a heavy breakthrough tank, specifically smashing through front lines on the Blitzkrieg, pushing through, hence why it had heavier armour, obviously heavy armoured front, but also heavy armour on the side and even on the rear. It had pretty strong armour on the rear. Whereas the Panther was specifically designed as an anti-vehicle tank, an anti-tank tank, specifically designed for punching through enemy vehicles and destroying them. It was more mobile, and even though it actually had stronger front line than the Tiger thanks to its slope, it was far weaker on the sides and rear, especially on the turret. So that's the thing, it was a completely different idea of a tank. Now, we need to talk about the armour. First of all, look at the armour stats. So this Tiger is the H variant. Hull armour 25 to 130, turret armour 26 to 130. So the front armour is obviously the strongest, and the strongest bit being the turret mantlet. So the front armour, I believe, is 102 millimeters. Around the turret mantlet is 130. The side armour is around 82 millimeters. So you've got strong side armour and front armour, and I think the rear armour, I can't remember the exact thing, I think it's 60 or 80 millimeters. So this thing can take hits on all sides, hence the heavy breakthrough tank. It means you can take light and medium hits on the side and the rear sometimes. Obviously the front can take quite heavy armour. Later in the war, some heavier anti-tank could punch through the front. But the idea is this thing can get hit from all sides and keep pumping rounds back. That's the main thing. Whereas the Panther actually had a 139 mils of armour protection on the front with its sloped armour. So obviously the hull was 16 to 82, but it has a nice angle. And the turret was 30 to 110. Problem is, the side armour was only 40 millimeters. Obviously, it has around a 40-degree angle slope, and then it goes down straight at the bottom. And the rear was also, I believe, around 40, with a slight slope to it. The turret obviously having massive weaknesses on the side and rear, being a lot thinner. Hence why Panther commanders were told, always keep the front towards the enemy. So were Tiger commanders, but the Panther really was not designed to be as much of a breakthrough tank. So the side and rear could be hit and destroyed quite easily compared to the Tiger. So you've got two fundamental differences. Now in Ostfront, you unlock the Panther before the Tiger, even though we know the Tiger was released first. The Tiger is after the Panther, and the Tiger is more expensive than the Panther. And I think that's why, because it is a better all-rounder, in my opinion. Then we have the next one is speed. So max speed 46 on that, max speed on Tiger is 38. So the Panther is a bit more nippy and it has better acceleration, so you will get around a bit better. Now if you actually look at the build of the thing, the Panther's massive. And it is taller than the Tiger slightly. So it's just as big a target. It's less wide, but it is a very large target, so it still gets hit quite a lot. I'll also say when it comes to the armoured ads, I find the Tiger gets immobilised a lot more than the Panther, but when I get penetrated in the Panther, catastrophic explosions happen a hell of a lot more often. I lose a lot more Panthers to explosions than I do Tigers. This is just, a fact. Horrible fact, but a fact nonetheless, where Tigers tend to get immobilised and survive better internally. And also armament, so obviously here we have the one with the pintle mounted, but the main armament is a coaxial hull MG and a 7.5cm high velocity gun. And this thing has a max penetration, I believe 190 millimeters. The Panther had better penetration than the Tiger. Also its ammunition types are simply armor piercing and high X. One thing though, because of the high velocity and the reinforced shells, the high explosive shells were weaker than the standard 7.5cm, meaning not as good at destroying positions or infantry as your standard 7.5. But good reload speed and good penetration. Whereas the Tiger had this 8.8cm flat gun. As you can see, it's got armor piercing rounds, HE, composite rigid, and heat rounds. Its max pen was 161 millimeters, I believe. But the thing is, this thing was dropping a larger shell in, so if you penetrate the armor, it did tend to do more internal damage. It also had far better high explosive shells against the Panther, as the shells didn't have to be reinforced and it was a larger caliber anyway. You also have heat shells, which means at range you can still do massive amounts of damage, and you have armor piercing composite rigid to really boost that armor penetration when you're in close. It also had obviously the whole machine gun and the turret MG as well, MG34s on both. So, that was fantastic, really useful. But firepower wise, the Panther also would have a higher reload speed. Now we're just going to demonstrate some of the armor penetration just to show you the power. So let's start with the Panther. So these are around 150 meters away. First round, straight through, that's penetration. As you can see, the reload speed of the Panther is pretty nippy. It's got a good reload speed on it. Cruise pretty quick. And there you go, T-34 is basically demolished. We'll just quickly switch that T-34 to show you the damage. Oh, what is that? Oh, maybe, what was that? Are they on the same team or something? That's strange. Just switch. 22, 22. That's weird. I don't understand that. That should have penned both sides. Let's try again. Oh. Let's switch back to it. I don't know why that's happened. It should be able to penetrate. There we go. There's a penetration. Maybe I just weren't penning very well. As you see, the Panther can penetrate even at 150mm quite well. Round straight through, fairly heavy damage. Now I'm going to try the Tiger, if it actually works. Let me just unclick on that, so it's doing the heading. There we go. Then the Tiger, as you can see, can still penetrate. Round hits. It does very little damage, I believe, there. At 150m, you are going to struggle to pen even with a Tiger at that range. Obviously, this is not real-life distance values, but obviously more towards the game. But if you do penetrate, you do significant damage with the Tiger as well. As you can see, still not penned. Let's pump another round in, see if we can get it. Just there. And when it does hit, it hits hard. But the Panther's still having really good reload speed as well, as you can see. If we switch back to the Tiger, we'll pump another round in. That's a good hit, but the reload speed being about the same as the Panther, slightly less. But the round does go through more. Now let's go up against something like the KV, even stronger. Even the Tiger will struggle to penetrate normally. That did hit the lower glacial, so it did quite good damage. That was a penetration, actually. We'll pump another round in, try and get the turret. And there we go. That was not a penetration, but some good damage there at the lower glacial. The Panther itself should pen the KV a lot better. Let's go straight for a shot. And there we go. I think the round did actually go through there. Straight through that. Oh no, that's the wrong KV. Pause that one up. Let's fight this brand new one. And that round, I believe, went straight through. As you can see, you've already got a hull damage. The Panther will penetrate the KV fairly easily. Pump another one through the vision block. And there we go, straight through. So the Panther there, showing its price. And now we have things like the IS-2, the Trubies. We'll demonstrate the power of the Panther's gun should be able to pen an IS-2 even at this range. As you can see, turret damaged on that there. Let's just double check. So that's actually damaged the turret and disabled the main gun. And we'll try for the lower glacial. There we go, we've got a detonation on the IS-2. Now we'll try the Tiger. As you can see, hits. I don't think that pens at all. I think it got a good whack. Did damage the hull slightly. We will try and do the lower glacial. And as you can see, no penetration. And we'll just keep pounding away at it. See if we can get some good hits. Now that did pen and destroy, but as you can see, didn't detonate it. But it has crippled the hull. So the Tiger can still do a lot of damage, but the Panther is overall got better anti-tank killing firepower. Personally, the choice between the two, if you actually look at them, it's got to be the Tiger for me. I think all round it is a better tank. I think that's why they put it after. And obviously, smoke launchers are better. If you look at the smoke launchers on this, it's a single shot. Fires just one of those big smoke canisters in front. And the Tiger still has the mighty, like multiple launchers, which is also far more useful. But the thing that wins it for me for the Tiger is the fact that the sidearm can take a lot more hits. The Panther, when you start getting on the sides, tends to get crippled very, very quickly. Doesn't tend to last long at all. So even though you get more firepower with the main gun, I find anything that the Tiger struggles to kill, you probably will need something like a dedicated anti-tank vehicle anyway to destroy. Something like an IS-2 is always a pain in the ass. So having something like a Jagdpanzer or a Nashorn or even a King Tiger supporting is a good idea. But yeah, it's just understanding the different roles. Obviously, working to well, the Tiger is your anvil. Can just get hit, and keep people in place. And this is the more like, in my opinion, it's more of a surgical tool. The Panther, get in, destroy the armor, get out. Whereas the Tiger sits there and slugs it out. I hope you found that useful to decide whether you found the Panther or Tiger more to your liking. And remember, the Tiger's a bit more pricey, a bit further down the research tree, but in my opinion, the better all-rounder. But if you just want pure anti-tank capability, go for the Panther. We'll pump it for another round just for the fun of it. Oh, did that bounce? That did look like it bounced. Holy crap! We'll put one straight through the turret, I think. There we go, turret knocked. And as you can see, the Panther just tears through T-34s, and this is what it was actually designed specifically for. A counter to the massive amounts of T-34s being pumped out. So the Panther was like the perfect answer to the T-34. If the Germans had something like this earlier, the T-34 would have just got minced. As you can see, decimates the targets. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. Please, give your opinions on the Tiger and Panther. Add some more technical details. Obviously, things like reliability don't really matter in game, so that doesn't apply. But I do think it is also interesting. Obviously, on pure luck terms, I've seen both these tanks in real life. The Tiger's still the most beautiful tank to me. The Panther's still pretty freaking slick. And I've got to say, modern-wise, the Panther definitely looks pretty badass. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic evening.